Thousands of people watched the Labor Day parade in Rochester, New York today. It was the state's biggest. That's because the AFL-CIO canceled its traditional parade down New York City's Fifth Avenue. The union cited lack of interest. That's one example of the American labor movement's clout. CBS News correspondent Ned Potter has another.
The tragedy for these workers is that 22,000 of them have been on strike for a month, and the nation hardly notices. For the men who picket at the USX Gary Works, it's a reality that's hard to absorb, because the health of the steel industry used to be essential to the economy.
When I hired in, this place was booming, and I thought, my dad told me this is the greatest thing in the world to work in a steel mill.
5 years ago, everybody thought they were here for life. Nobody ever foresaw a turnaround like this and just completely fall apart like it did.
Experts say the future for much of heavy industry will be fewer jobs and lower wages. Those are the realities imposed by tough competition.
The steelworkers at $22, $23 an hour are matched by Korean and Brazilian workers at $2.12 an hour.
The last time pickets stood at the main gates of the Gary Works was 1959, and things were very different then. Back in those days, the steelworkers were used to contract after contract that gave them more and more. They had earned it with their work, and in the formative days of the Union, with their blood. The Republic Steel Plant, South Side Chicago, Memorial Day 1937. A rally turned into a melee. 10 strikers shot to death by police.
That plant has long since been sold to LTV Steel, which recently went bankrupt. And some of the strikers at USX say they're in danger of losing everything steelworkers have gained since those violent days here.
Today, the steelworkers and the communities in which they live are clearly paying the brunt of the cost for the restructuring of the U.S. steel industry.
Caught in the adjustment are steelworkers like Jeffrey Smith, who followed his father into the mill and now fears he'll never find another trade.
There's no jobs out there. Nobody here. Unless you go work for McDonald's or something.
If I have to pull up stakes and go somewhere else, that's quite a shock to me after 29 years.
This country has no real policy for retraining the displaced, and that's why the strikers keep up the fight. Afraid, one says, that if they lose, they'll have no jobs, no union, no nothing. Ned Potter, CBS News, Gary, Indiana.